Donald Trump chooses RFK Jr. as his Secretary of Health and Human Services. I think that RFK is wonderful for this job. Let's get to 2 news feeds that discusses it.
With that, we do have a little bit of breaking news here. President-elect Trump has just announced on his Truth Social account that he is picking Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be the next Secretary of Health and Human Services. This comes after RFK suspended his third-party bid for president and endorsed Trump in the final months of the campaign. Of course, RFK is an outspoken vaccine conspiracy theorist and has often repeated claims about vaccines being linked to autism. Vaughn, let me go back to you.
You know, they always say these bad things about people that support Trump, but RFK was a Democrat who ran as an independent because the Democratic Party didn't want him. And when he wanted to talk to Harris, she snubbed him. And Trump said, come on to the Trump train. You know, we got room for you. So now they're talking all this crap. But if RFK would have supported Harris, they would have been like, oh, thank you, Uncle RFK Jr. Yes, we loved your father. So damn sad, yo.
This was actually anticipated, so not a huge surprise. Too soon for you to be getting any reaction, so I'm not going to put you on the spot in that regard, but there undoubtedly will likely be some heated reaction to this pick given his history of vaccine skepticism.
Absolutely. I remember back in 2016, number one, Kristen, during his transition, the first go around, it turned a lot of heads when he was at Trump Tower living at the time, and he was going through his transition process. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr., it was announced that he was coming to Trump Tower to meet with Donald Trump. And it turned a lot of heads because somebody who is openly skeptical of vaccines and making assertions that they were connected to things like autism was a surprising figure to wind up in Donald Trump's presence. But fast forward 8 years, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s popularity nationally and recognition only increased, not only among the vaccine skeptic community, but also...
I would have definitely voted for Uncle RFK Jr. I'm not a strong believer or a strong Trump supporter. I am not. The only reason why I voted for Uncle Trump was because RFK supported him. As an independent, I was for RFK all the way. I didn't like Harris, I didn't like Trump. But because Trump understood the art of the deal and brought RFK on, I said, you know what, let me look into Trump more and let me see who I'm gonna vote for. And I voted for Uncle Trump just because of that. That's the only reason why. Only reason why. But let's continue to hear what they gotta say.
So folks that are very skeptical about ingredients and sugars that are in food and drink products of the United States. And
Yes, sugar is killing people, causing diabetes, causing a whole heap of problems in the body. Yes, it is killing people. And the way it's being processed is killing people. We are not using cane sugar, we're using beet sugar, and it's just causing a lot of problems. But going back to what you talk about with autism and vaccines, I could understand why you say that, but in my opinion, one of the biggest things that causes autism is having babies at an old age. When you have babies older in life, you have a lot of problems that can be caused. A lot of people don't understand that. When women have babies over 35, you risk a lot of health problems. I think they call it geriatric pregnancies or something like that. So you have to understand that. And men too. Don't think that the men would just be able to slide and say, oh, I can have babies up until I'm 80. Your old funky ass can have problems because your sperm is old. And that can cause problems. So you have to be very careful and understand what's going on. So I can understand what you're talking about with vaccines, but talk about geriatric pregnancies as well, which causes a lot of issues for the incoming baby. So, you know, that's what I gotta say about that.
Was running for president as independent before ultimately backing out of the race himself and endorsing Donald Trump. And I actually talked to Kennedy just last week here in Palm Beach, and he had suggested to me that he was actually more open to a role as like a White House health czar, which would not require Senate confirmation. And so I think that is the surprising part of this, was that he was never openly vying necessarily for the HHS secretary position, especially knowing that it requires Senate confirmation. But he insisted to me, I asked him, for example, about his vaccine skepticism or anti-vax positions, and whether as HHS secretary or within the White House in some capacity, he would seek to have the FDA block authorization of such vaccines or remove vaccines from the market. The reason I asked that was because during the COVID pandemic, he was publicly anti the FDA's emergency authorization of COVID vaccines. When I asked him last week, he insisted to me that he would not seek to remove any vaccines from the market, and instead would try to ensure that American public had all the information about the vaccines that they were going to be taking. But of course, that was of the foremost concern in Donald Trump, even before.
And I believe that that's how it should be. Understand all of the vaccines that's being taken. It should be transparent. And it kind of is somewhat, but you have to dig deep into it and remove all the fluff and conspiracy theorists and people that will BS you for their own hidden agendas. But I think that that's very important. Make the American people understand what's going on, understand the vaccines before they decide to take it. And also give parents the right to say, hey, listen, I don't want my child to be vaccinated, if that may be, but also don't say that, okay, you have to be vaccinated to be in public school. I feel that that shouldn't be the case. But then again, it kind of should be, because if there are kids who are vaccinated and your kid is not vaccinated and your kid causes problem, it could be a whole flipping situation in the school. So I kind of agree and disagree. I'm iffy with that. But as a teacher, I can understand that, hey, look, because I've gotten sick with colds and flus. I think I've caught more flus and more colds in my time as a teacher than I did in the past 5 years. And my family was like, you stay getting sick, stay being sick. And I said, nah, that's why I said that I gotta take a year off to really get myself to really say, if I'm gonna go and become a teacher, I'm gonna do it. But I was sick, okay? And I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I was like, nah, I can't deal with it for another year. Let me do what I gotta do. But let's continue.
Election day had said that he would allow RFK to do whatever he wants on healthcare policy. And now with the selection of him, and if he is confirmed by the Senate, he would be giving him the power to oversee healthcare policy and 13 health agencies, including the CDC and FDA.
Yeah,
wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I wish RFK Jr. the best. I hope that he really can come in and clean house, because there's certain things that really needs to be addressed for the American people. And he's a strong person who believes in America and who wants America to be able to be great. And he wants the American people to be able to do what needs to be done, to choose wisely and protect their children and themselves. Hey guys, this is just a quick break to thank you for watching this video. Really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please like the video. That will help me out. And last but not least, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I'd really appreciate if you do subscribe. Why? I'm a new YouTuber and I'm trying to grow, and I'm trying to reach over 1,000 subscribers by my birthday on December 14th. So please help a brother out. Thank you for watching. Back to the video. But let's get to Fox and see what they have to say about it.
All right, the last time a Kennedy has served in a presidential cabinet was Robert F. Kennedy Sr. when he was the Attorney General for his brother, John F. Kennedy. Now, Robert F. Kennedy, his son, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., is going to be serving in a cabinet position, but for a Republican president, Donald Trump. The Trump campaign making it official that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will be his next Health and Human Services Secretary. Aisha Hosni has the latest right now from West Palm Beach, Florida. Aisha.
We said it might happen in your hour. We were waiting for it, and here it is. It's like they were watching us. So Dom Jr. actually tweeted it out first, and then shortly after, his father tweeted it as well. And the president-elect saying this about RFK Jr., that Americans have been crushed by the industrial food complex and drug companies who've engaged in deception, misinformation, and disinformation when it comes to public health. And he believes that Kennedy will be able to wrangle all of these different agencies and get them back to the gold standard. So
I agree. I mean, it's so much things in our food that it's not good for us. It's not good for. Do you know that there's plenty of fruit products that America cannot ship overseas? Especially to like England or Europe and stuff like that. They be like, nah, get that nastiness out of here. But they give it to us though. So do they really care about us? Do they really care about our health and our safety? Maybe they care about our safety because we got the biggest military, but our health? It's like they use us as guinea pigs, man.
Here's another pick that isn't as surprising as some of the other ones. The name had been floated for a while, and we knew that on the campaign trail, the former president had talked about giving him a health-related role. So this was definitely something that was not a huge surprise. I will say I'm hearing from some Hill sources now, Neil, that are telling me that this is going to be another one that might have some problems with confirmation. But at this point, they actually think that the Matt Gaetz situation is a little bit more troubling for some senators, and it doesn't even compare to RFK Jr. I will add that Trump may have done a favor to some of these Republican senators who might be iffy on RFK Jr. because they all just left for the weekend, so they don't have to face the camera right now and answer any questions about RFK Jr. But here we go. Another big name that just came out. Caroline Leavitt sort of previewed it, said that we might be seeing some more names this afternoon, and this is the big one of the day. Neil?
Listen, I am happy for RFK Jr. I am happy for Uncle Trump, and I'm happy for America because there's so many things that's been going on, especially with our food, the things about with our health, the health agencies and everything, the drugs that they push out here. And you always see, like when you see these commercials and they talk about these drugs and you see these fancy commercials, like the little cartoonish commercials and stuff. And then when you hear the side effects, you be like, what the hell? Oh, can cause death. What? Like, so why would anyone want to take it? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So I am happy to hear that he is going to have a position as Secretary of Health and Human Services. I hope that he does very well. I hope that Trump continues to choose quality people that do not cause any craziness for this country. Trump needs to leave a quality legacy, not like what he left from 2016 to 2020, but a legacy of being a moderate, a legacy of being a balanced person that will bring truth and compassion and tranquility to this country. That's what people want. That's what people voted for. And I hope that he can and will deliver. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. I would appreciate if you found this video informative or interesting. If you liked the video, that would greatly help me out. Tell me, how do you feel about Trump appointing RFK Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services? Tell me how you feel about that. I feel good. I want to know how you feel about it. Tell me. I'd like to hear from you. And last but not least, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you do subscribe. Why? I'm a new YouTuber and I'm trying to grow, and I'm trying to reach over 1,000 subscribers by my birthday on December 14th. So please help a brother out. Thank you for watching. Be safe out there. Peace.